and welcome to the Real Talk and Banter podcast, the movie podcast where we discuss and review films that are at least a decade old. I'm Amari Williams.
And I'm Jay Richardson.
And here we are for episode 3 of our Black History series, where we will be discussing She's Gotta Have It, the 1986 Spike Lee film.
I've never seen it. I didn't even see the new one either, but
The TV show, you mean? The series?
yeah, the new one. That was on Netflix,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Well, this is also on Netflix.
I didn't even know the TV series existed.
Yeah. I did not see either.
I also have not seen this until now.
Yeah. It's considered, one of the quote unquote black movies that you should see. So I figured we should add it to our list, right? Spike Lee is culturally one of the most renowned black directors of our time. So definitely happy to celebrate him.
Producer.
That's true. Actor, he was in this one.
Yeah.
Mars.
Yep.
Mars had bars.
There's a lot of him in this movie.
All right. So let's get into it, man. So we got She's Gotta Have It. This is actually Spike Lee's debut film. This is his first one. It's an independent film. He released on his own hair. The movie is in black and white for most of it. In fact, I thought something was wrong with my TV because I guess I didn't realize it was black and white. I was like, what the fuck?
That threw me.
It threw me off.
Oh, this is a black and white film.
Yeah, it was weird. It was so weird. Low budget. It only cost them $175,000 to do this, actually, which, man, everybody got paid pennies because damn.
Upfront at least.
Yeah, upfront at least. Yeah.
It made some money.
It did. It made some money for sure. I don't know if he came back and was like, "Let me here's an extra 10." I don't know what he did with it, but he bought his damn season tickets to the Knicks. And that's what he did because
that's probably
that man's been sitting courtside for 40 years. So
ever.
All right. So obviously, Spike Lee. This is Brooklyn. It's very Brooklyn from the beginning to the end. And, it tackles kind of a provocative theme of sexuality, right? And specifically a woman's sexuality. That's still a provocative theme, I guess. Even, now where, we have the whole, men can have several partners, but if a woman does it, she's, a whore or promiscuous or not wife material and all those things. So Spike Lee kind of ahead of his time here, kind of tackling that theme here, in a kind of messy, kind of uncomfortable way. It wasn't like a rom-com type of situation. It was very kind of in your face. So yeah, let's set it out. So we got Nola. Go ahead.
It's categorized as a rom-com though, which is hilarious.
Yeah, I would not say that's a rom-com at all. But I mean, yeah. At least it's not a neat rom-com. It's not like packaged like how it normally is, boy meets girl, boy hurts girl for some reason forgives him, and then they live happily ever after. Seems to be the rom-com theme. It is not that. Roll credits. All right, so we got Nola Darling, who is a young black, very attractive woman in Brooklyn, who is openly dating 3 men at the same time. And I don't even know physically she's attractive too, sure. But I think just her in the face is what I'm doing thing. Because at first, when the movie started, I thought it was kind of like a hidden thing, but then it quickly became no, you're well aware that I got Jamie.
Nola does not lie.
Nola cannot lie. I don't know if she don't or she cannot, but she yo, you know what this was. I mean, that's where that came from. You knew what this was. So I guess the biggest thing based on my research is there's kind of this controversial question of like Jamie and was he right, was he wrong? But before we get into that, we could kind of tackle the other characters here. Um, we could talk about Mars, who was Spike Lee, who was kind of like the fun guy. He had this kind of saying of baby please, baby please, baby please, baby please, or something like that, which was kind of fun. And then you had Greer, who was I don't know what he was, some kind of older gentleman maybe, or I don't know. Back in the
I
day,
I have
oh, go
I
ahead.
have that he's represents just a superficial, vain, arrogant, sexist. He's sexist as hell guy who's just very attractive, works out. He's a shiny toy, and he makes a lot of money. That's where I kind of categorize him.
Yeah, that's fair. I could go with that. Like he wants to control her image, because he's kind of like superficial of that way. That's fine. My only ask, like I only said like I don't know how old he was because in the 80s, 20-year-olds looked like 50-year-olds. I don't know what was happening other than, I guess just normal black
um,
stress, but it was
Crack
just
epidemic. Hello,
yeah,
what are you talking
as I said, just I don't know what was going on, what was in the water.
about? Yeah.
But 20-year-olds was looking like 50-year-olds straight up. So like,
It's also how they dress too. It's probably your perception too because of their attire. Because I think how they were dressed in the 80s is what we associate with older people wearing now, but that was the style then.
yeah,
I think some of that too.
the hairstyle definitely like this slick back kind
Yeah.
of thing
Yeah.
was slick back was like, what the fuck? How old are you? Um, all right. So what did you think? What are your thoughts here?
Overall in the movie?
Uh, with Mars and Greer, and then we'll tackle
Mhm.
Jamie, who was kind of like the main guy, even though it wasn't said.
Yeah. It was showed a lot though. So I also had not seen this movie and I'm very excited to discuss this with you.
Oh, okay.
Which I not that I'm not usually excited, but for this movie specifically, because it threw me. I not seeing it, not really, and this project we're doing right now has exposed me as far as we're picking these Black History movies, and it's like, fuck, I didn't see this shit, I haven't seen this, damn, I should have watched that. So I'm glad that you picked this one. It was very interesting. Definitely had to run it twice
Oh yeah.
because yeah, I had to just give my attention to it the first time through
Hmm.
and then go back. And then normally, like when we did Predator, for example, I'm taking notes as we there were a bunch of muscle up guys in the jungle, alien comes, they fight, they kill it, move on, right?
Right.
This though, when we have like messages and the depth of this movie, and the big thing for me in understanding and properly appreciating this movie was having to try my best to put myself into 1986, which is when the movie was made and is shot, and just realizing the themes that are being challenged and how a lot of the things, which seems simple because it's a low budget movie,
Yeah.
and it's very it's shot pretty straightforward, but it's doing a lot of groundbreaking and challenging things as far as the Black community is portraying the Black community. So with these three guys, you kind of sum them up. Spike Lee being Mars Blackman being the funny guy, he makes you laugh. Great, he's a personality pick, right? That's the guy you're like, oh, I have a great time with him, but he's unserious. He's been unemployed for 2 years,
Yeah.
not very ambitious, just kind of just kicking it. With Greer, he's on the completely other end of the spectrum, who's just like I said, vain, arrogant. He is career driven, but he's driven by all these tangible things that are just not
Hmm.
that you can't have fun with him. And you saw it in like the screen time whenever she was with him. It wasn't as much as the other. She's not having a good time. That's clearly a purely physical connection. He's an attractive guy. He takes very good care of himself.
Yeah.
So that's what that is.
I think
And then
that,
you have
and I hope I'm not speaking incorrectly, but I think the sex scenes with Greer is where you with only person that you actually saw like full on, like they're doing it. I don't think like it was implied, like obviously this is what's happening with Mars and with Jamie, but I think Greer, that one section where it was like shot from the top down on them, and they were like switching positions and all over the place. And first of all, they look, I don't know what they were doing, but fine, whatever. Movie sex is movie sex, whatever. But he was attempting, he was attempting to do something without exposing too much, which okay, cool. So
and without making it look like a damn like cheap porn.
Like essentially a porn. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I just tied into like you saying like his was really just like Mars is funny,
physical.
Greer is physical, and then you have Jamie as your kind of emotional, sensitive guy. But was he really? I don't know. We'll get into it.
So and that's the thing with this movie too, is that it starts off in we're 5 minutes in and we're seeing a sex scene between two black characters, and like that wouldn't matter now, but in the 80s that was a huge deal, and like two like consensual sex, just two people in love with each other just having sex, right? Two black people, I'm sorry, because that's the key thing. 5 minutes and 30 seconds, that's what we're seeing. That scene with Greer was very interesting, and I guess with this movie we're going to talk about it more character driven, so maybe out of order. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So the note that I made about Greer and that scene specifically, I found her interaction with Greer, I think, the most interesting.
Okay.
Because Greer, he's a fucking asshole. Like, clearly he's an asshole. The other two, even with Jamie, with his flaws, like, you get it, right? And then Mars, you get it. They have fun. They show you her having fun with Mars. Greer is just, he's not a good dude, right?
Right.
So I do have that scene with one of the first scenes we saw with Greer and Nola. He's telling her, oh, if you get fat, I'm gonna leave you. Like, why you not come and work out with me?
Yeah, he did say that.
Oh, if you weren't fine, I wouldn't even bother with you.
I only mess with fine women. He's like, what the fuck? You need to stop saying that shit.
Talking about that.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting because in a normal kind of traditional setting, these comments would drive the female character to be insecure and emotionally unstable. She did not give a fuck. She was like, all right, dude, whatever. Like, shut up. Like, she's like, I'm just here for this dick. I'm just here to give you some pussy. I'm here to have a good time. All that extra shit. She was so unfazed, with the one exception, which we can talk about later, right? There was one time that something he said to her made her get inside her head. But going to that sex scene, right before they had that sex scene, Greer was like, oh, listen, got this new opportunity at work. And she's like, oh, that's awesome. And he's like, yeah, so, I was thinking about you and I. And she's like, hold on. Just like, and she gets all sexy with him and she goes and starts to undress herself. And then this guy takes forever to get his.
I was like, what the fuck? Why did he have to fold that was the weirdest part. I was like, what is this?
Oh my God.
What was that?
So funny. But that scene though, she's distracting him with sex.
Yeah.
Because he was about to engage in a conversation about like, well, what happens next? Like, you my woman, all this stuff. And he's so stupid and arrogant that he's like, oh shit, I did good. So she's out here rewarding me with sex. So yeah, let's go do this thing. But nah, she shut the whole fucking conversation down, got what she wanted, which was sex from him. And she was able to avoid an awkward or a conversation she's just not even interested in having.
Yeah.
Because it's not like Nola is afraid of confronting these types of things. She just wasn't in the mood to deal with that shit and with his emotional bullshit, because that's what it was going to be, her response. So the way she was using sex to control the situation and just be in herself, this movie was so interesting. Like this I would not expect this from an 80s movie. Absolutely not.
Right.
Where you just have a black woman who's being empowered to just live, just to exist, to do what she wants to do, use her body the way she wants. Unapologetically, and it never once made her seem they never made any. Well, yeah, apologies for her sexual appetite. It never made us be like, what the fuck? This girl's a fucking like squang or something, or she out here whoring her out. Nah, it's like she was so honest with these dudes. They could have left at any point in time. She was
Yeah,
so honest with them.
she was so honest. She wasn't hiding
She wasn't
anything.
sneaking
The
around.
phone rings in the middle of the night. She like, hey, could you get that for me? Like, who was that? Oh, that was Mars. Oh, that was Greer. Oh, that was Jamie. Like, oh, well, why didn't you tell him I was here? Did I have to? Like, it was late. That was the answer. Like, what do you want from me? She did not care.
Not at all.
But yeah, so I also I like how Spike Lee did this because it's something that happens kind of like behind closed doors from my perspective. So it was kind of putting a light on it of how each character, all the male characters, were kind of interviewed. I didn't. I kind of okay. So I liked it, but I kind of didn't understand where it was coming from. Like, was somebody making a movie about Nola? Like, they were just talking directly.
Yeah, I guess it was like a documentary.
Like,
yeah,
it was,
or something.
yeah, it was like a documentary within the movie. But I was like, who is it for? Like, talking to the audience.
Never found out.
I never found out. So
Yeah.
I was like, that part was kind of weird. Because the men in her life were like talking directly to the camera. They were trying to argue their case, argue why they were the best for it, try to justify themselves, try to kind of put her down. They talk about her. They explain her. I think you were alluding to it with Greer saying that she was a sex addict and she needed help or something like that, and everyone just kind of labels her. And yeah, she's like, no, she's like absolutely like no matter what you say, these three, generally strong dudes or whatever in their own right are just like, yeah, this is what you are. And she's like, no, actually, you don't get it at all. Like, none of you get it.
Yeah.
Like, as much as you think you do, you don't. You don't understand me at all.
Mars Zone was very interesting too, because to me Mars was the most opinionated and just out there with his testimonials to the camera. He starts off like, Nola's a freak, Nola freaky dicky,
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, of course I'm gonna hook up with her. Sex is good. And he starts off at the beginning of his testimonial. He says, yeah, she's a freak. Every man wants to have sex with a freak,
but they don't want a wife.
None of them. We don't want to make her a wife.
Yeah.
Towards the end, though, he's like, but I love her.
Right.
So he's just making all these excuses. The next testimonial, he's talking about, I think she has daddy issues or whatever. And then it cuts to her dad, and the dad was like, nah, man, she had a loving household.
Yeah,
we supported her all the time.
Anything she wanted to do. Like, she didn't really stick with much, but we just, hey, whatever you want, hey, try it.
Yeah. So it just kept, like, every time we got these perspectives, and definitely being a man watching these things, because it's like, I definitely had to, well, I obviously I'm going to have to challenge my own biases, right, and make sure I'm checking myself. Luckily, I didn't have to do that too much. I'm pretty open-minded about this stuff. But they keep showing us these men trying to make excuses or explain or find the problem with her and all that stuff. And then they would immediately show us, nah, she's cool. Oh, nah, there's no problem. Or no, she's just a normal person, like there's no deep-seated repressed whatever, like whatever you can try and extrapolate and find, but it's like, nah, man, she's literally just a woman that likes having sex. Who would have thought? Funny concept, right? But that was it.
I think it comes out to the beginning of like what you said with Spike Lee. Like, first of all, I mean, this was his debut film, so to come out swinging with this kind of very controversial,
wild,
controversial topic is absolutely wild. Dude have a lot of he had some balls on him. And it paid off, like he said. Even though it only spent $175,000 to make, it overall made about $7 million. So that's a hell of a win for a movie in this timeline. And then especially a movie that features blackness as thoroughly as it did. Not only black people, but black art. Black spaces, black conversation, cultural expression. You saw the different aspects of black people. Like, a lot of times in movies, there's like that typical black person, but you kind of had like all the kind of full gambit of different black men shown and celebrated in a way. Whether they were assholes or not, they were still shown as like this is a black person, this is a black person, this is a black person, and it all kind of matters. It wasn't just like
Yes.
it wasn't like a specific man with a specific type that does a specific thing satisfy this black woman. It's like small things from each of them that satisfied her, and everybody's hair was like, except for I think Greer, his hair was kind of slick. I think it was just slicked back. I don't think it was like straightened. It might have just been slicked back, but kind of everybody's hair is like.
I think that dude had a perm. I think he had a perm.
It might have been. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell in the black and white. Like I don't know if it was just
Correct,
like really
yeah.
just like he just brushed and combed the hell out of it and threw some like mousse and some stuff in it, or he put a perm. Probably he put a perm to like really get it back there, but who knows? But yeah, but
because they did tell him Billy D wannabe.
Yeah,
did you hear that line at Thanksgiving?
Yeah, Billy D. So yeah, aside from him, everybody's hair is natural. You have the jazz constantly going. Shout out to Bill Lee, who's Spike Lee's father, who also was a musical director for
Jesus.
What other movie? That's my trivia. Ha ha.
Oh, I know the answer. Mo Better Blues.
There you go. Mo Better Blues.
Come on now. Yeah.
Mo Better Blues.
That was one of those rabbit holes I fell down.
Yeah.
100%.
Also another excellent Denzel movie, but whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
Spike Lee's also in that one, I think. He does actually show up in that one as well, but
I have a trivia for you.
Oh no.
Do you know how many of his movies he's acted in?
How many movies has Spike Lee acted in? Or Denzel?
How many of his movies? No, Spike Lee. How many of his movies that he's written, directed, or whatever has he like had to cast himself in it?
Oh. 5.
No. 11.
11. Okay. Out of how many? How many movies has he made?
I think 30. I saw 35 somewhere. But I don't know. I think 35 when you include documentaries and stuff.
Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah. So, do you think you can name those movies that he acted in?
11?
Yep.
No.
You just named 2. I mean,
I did.
The one we just watched. You got Mo Better Blues. Can you name the other ones?
Nope. School Days?
Nope. Yes.
Okay. Yep, that's all I got.
You could just name his movies, you'll probably hit them. Gotcha.
Yeah, you did get me. Anyway, go ahead, name them, shoot them.
Do the Right Thing.
Oh shit!
Jungle Fever.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I blanked.
Malcolm X.
Duh.
He's in Malcolm X. He's in Crooklyn.
Yep.
He's in Clockers.
I didn't see Clockers.
He's in Drop Squad. He produced that one, so that one counts. He's in Girl 6.
Girl 6.
He's in Summer of Sam, and he's in Red Hook Summer.
Okay, the last 4, I have no idea what those are, but the other ones I should have at least guessed. Do the Right Thing, Malcolm X. Yeah, I should have.
You could have got those.
I should have. I'm sorry. I blanked. I was fight or flight, and I flight. I flew away.
Anywho, yeah. But back to your thing about the black characters. My whole thing is that, to sum up what you were saying, is that they were written as people and not as caricatures, and that was very important for this time. That it's not just that these are people. We know a Mars Blackman, we know a Greer, we know a Jamie. These are people that exist out. Shit, we know a Nola. I'm sure we all know a Nola. These are people that exist. They're not just movie tropes that are just recycled over and over again. And that's huge, especially Spike Lee. Man, people should have known Spike Lee was unhinged, man. Or maybe they did know. We weren't around in 1986 in the 80s. But for him to come out swinging with this as his first feature-length film, come on, man. That takes some real just fucking courage and just a level of just not giving a fuck and determination. Because that 175, he had to scrape that shit together with grants and fellowships and all kinds of stuff
Yeah.
to be able to fund the movie, you know? So that's impressive stuff. Like this movie, it gets better on a rewatch, and it gets better the more you realize, like I said, the era, the time, what was going on, the accomplishment of it all. It gets better after you put all that stuff. And it's a good movie in and of itself. But once you include everything else, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it definitely catch. So at first, like, so the first like writing on the screen turned me off. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, what the I
It
don't know.
did?
Yeah, it did. It turned me
Oh.
off. I was like, okay. I mean, but it's Zora Neale Hurston. It is. But it was a big chunk, and I was like, God damn it! I wasn't
long.
ready.
It was super fucking
I
long.
wasn't ready.
It's literally the opening paragraph of the book.
Yeah, exactly. Like
What the fuck? Yeah.
I love that book. Their Eyes Were Watching God.
Guys.
Yeah, I love that book, and like completely. So I get it, but I was just like, ah, damn it, I wasn't ready. So it turned me off real quick, and then I had to like snap back like immediately. Like, okay, we're in this.
Yeah. The score under it was nice. That helped me for sure.
I think I had the TV too low because I don't think I heard any music.
Oh, it had the piano. Piano. It started off with just a light jazz piano.
Yeah.
Which just continued and then built into when the horns came in. But it was it was nice.
I think I started hearing the music like once it was doing like the shots around like the subway and like
when the horns kicked in.
Yeah. So I must have had it too low and I didn't hear nothing. It was just like me trying to read this black screen. I was like, what is happening? All right. So we talked about Marv. We talked about Greer. I'm sorry, I keep messing his name up. Greer, and then Nola. Even though she is obviously the main character, she is who she is. There's no guessing. There's no other way to interpret it. She just wants what she wants. She's very open, which is very appreciative.
She's just gotta have it.
She's just gotta have it. You know, roll credits. But let's get into our boy Jamie here. So Jamie creepily so Jamie meets Nola on the street by way of running her down. First of all, it was like that scene was almost like a freaking like she was gingerly walking. He was running and somehow couldn't catch her. And I was like, what is happening? Like, why is she teleporting everywhere? But okay.
Listen, my note is the good old days of being able to follow a random woman for several blocks.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just so stalkerish.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, this is not cool.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that kind of like hints a little bit of like, you know, like if she had stopped at the bus stop and then they engaged in an actual conversation, but like, oh, okay, this is a little meet cute. But he chased her down several blocks. But I guess she thought that was endearing because she stopped and she smiled up at him, and you know they had that engagement of, "Are you following me? No, are you following me?"
Yeah.
No, he definitely
hit
was
her with
following
"Are you following me?"
Yeah, he gaslit her.
I'm like, that was oh shit. You see, God damn it, I'm a man. I'm like, oh, that's a bar. You're like,
I'm gonna use that one. Oh no, you just gaslit the shit out of her. Like, no, you definitely was stalking her.
Oh man, the power perspective,
man. But either way, let's get into this guy. So they meet, and immediately there's an attraction. You know, she is. I can't tell if she's already engaged with the other two dudes or not by the time they meet, but it doesn't necessarily matter. I don't think. But either way, now she's engaging with these three guys. Jamie is the one who is doing, I would say, the most of trying to get a commitment out of her, trying to show her that he's, you know, a sensitive guy. He's courting her. He had a bar for a line, which is like, what do you say? I'll take you to do whatever you want to do, and wherever you go, I'll go, or something of that nature. But it was pretty smooth. I jacked it up. If I said that to a woman, they'd probably laugh at me.
I got you.
But, you know, you got it.
I got you.
You got it.
I got you.
He was like,
the line was,
go for it.
Nola, I don't want a chance not seeing you again. Whatever you want to do, I'll do. Wherever you want to go, I'll take you.
Yeah.
Will you see me? Come on now.
Yeah, it's a penny
I
dropper right
see.
there. If he didn't,
Hey, listen, that's a bar. I
that
was
was
like,
a
that's a
bar. That was a
bar.
bar. It's a penny dropper right there. If he didn't get it right then it was, he was gonna get it very close after that. Because
Oh
that's
my
definitely a penny
gosh.
dropper. Because up to this point, everybody she's been meeting
Oh,
has been kind of
please,
like,
please, please let me do this. Let me get into this
oh,
because I took notes and all 12 of these guys. Because she groups guys into two categories, right? The decents and the dogs, right?
right.
So for this, the decents are Jamie, Mars, and Greer,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Our dogs, they're just numbered. I want you to tell me, out of these 12 dogs, who had the best pickup line and who had the worst pickup line.
All
All right.
right. Yeah, go ahead.
Dog one came on strong, saying that's the guy who said, "I'll drink your bath water."
Yeah.
Number two, his was weird. He said, "With Congress approval, I've been approved to aim a heat and moisture seeking missile towards you," or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
that was weird. Yeah.
Yeah, tough. Number three, he just said, "I want to rock your world." Number four was hilarious. That's the guy with the cocaine sniff who sniffed his fucking hand.
Yeah.
Stares at his hand and he's like, I don't even know what he said. I got so distracted by the cocaine sniff. But that's a cocaine guy. Number five said, he's a piece of work. He says to her, "You're lonely, sad, confused, and horny." Then he tells her, "I know what kind of man you need. You need me." And then he asks her for her number.
Yeah.
Nice. Number 6 and 7 both said, "I've only known you just for a minute, but I love you." Numbers 8 and 9 only says to her, "I love you,"
Yeah.
but they do give her some creepy eyes
Yeah.
to go with the "I love you," in case she wasn't already terrified. Number 10, "Baby, let's go to my house right now and do the wild thing. Let's get loose." This is the brother with the cigarette who's just a cool ass cat.
Yeah.
Direct, not playing any fucking games. Number 11 gives her an elevator pitch, reads her his resume, and talks about how he's educated because he has a BA and MBA. He's superficial because he has a BMW 318i. He's got money, which is $53,000 after taxes, and he has no charm or swag because he closes his elevator pitch by saying, "I want you to want me." And the last guy says he has 10 throbbing inches of USDA government inspected prime cut tube steak.
Yeah.
And the cherry on top was him sticking his tongue out and wagging it at her.
He did. I thought man was gonna end up being a butcher. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think he was talking about his meat. Like, I thought it was.
I was so confused.
I was confused.
It was a roller coaster.
It was
because
weird.
it was because if this is a metaphor for your dick, like, why is the government expecting?
Exactly.
Like,
I was like,
yeah,
that sounds like you have a STD, bro. You should not be putting it anywhere.
Exactly.
So I thought the man was a
dude,
butcher, and he was just kind of making a play on words until he said the tube meat. I was like, oh, okay, your meat. All right, bro.
Gross.
That was weird.
Gross. Yeah.
Yeah.
So which of these guys would be able to pick you up? Yeah.
Oh, what guy is picking me up? Okay. I think the best is probably the dude of like, yeah, let's just go back to our house and like do it, because it's just like if that's all you want, that's all you want. So it's like, all right.
He's pretty direct.
Yeah, he's direct. Like, this is all we're gonna do, and then I can leave you alone. So cool. We already did that. The worst
You're
guy.
probably right.
The worst guy is probably the guy who's like trying to play on your insecurities of like, you're weak and you're small,
lonely, sad, confused.
confused. But you need me. I'm like, all right, bro. That's probably the worst guy.
That's true.
Which guy's picking you up? Shit.
He's probably a psycho. I think I agree with you with the let's just go to my house right now and do the wild thing. If I have to give a different answer, so we're not, he's already off the board, so he's already happy with you.
Yeah.
So I'm left with the rest, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
I guess between I just want to rock your world and I probably just want to rock your world. I guess that one. I was gonna go between him and the dude who gave the elevator pitch, but he's probably boring as shit. And yeah, no thanks.
No thanks.
Not interested. Not interested.
You don't get called back for your interview, Jamie. All right, so now we're back on Jamie. He come out with a bomb ass line. Anything you want to do, I got you. Anywhere you want to go, we'll go.
Take you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then for her birthday, he did an absolutely amazing thing, which
Oh my
the
god.
other thing I didn't get strongly of is timelines. Like, is this like a month into dating and or like because like courting is important, yes, but then it
Mm-hmm.
also can like lead to Jamie's villain arc of like, was he like love bombing her? Because to coordinate a personal ballet, personal
Yeah.
song for somebody who you've like known like a week, questionable. If this is like 6 months, it's
Yeah.
like okay, well I
I
could
think
get
it's
that.
been months.
Okay.
I feel like it's been several months. I think too, I think each time we got the still photos, that
Mm.
was also to indicate a passage of time.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay. Okay.
I got that on my second watch because at first I was like, wait, when are we? But I think each time we got those pictures, time is passing.
Okay. Cool. All right. I can get down
Yeah.
with it. So yeah. So then with that knowledge, I'll give him a pass that he did an again. He's doing it. He's doing the thing. He made a personal. I don't know if he made it himself, but he used a friend to make a personal ballet for her on her birthday. At first with like the happy birthday Nola sign, I was like, this is trash.
So what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I was like, what is it was like an abandoned like area, like with graffiti everywhere.
Graffiti
I
like
was
crazy.
like,
Yeah.
okay, where'd he take her? But then, a hell of a surprise, two black dancers came out and did a ballet of I guess him courting her, which is very nice. It was very, very cute type of
That
situation.
song
The song was
was
excellent.
amazing.
Yes.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
so catchy. Whew, it's a bop. It's a good one.
It was a good song. It was a good, and it had her name on it. So I'm assuming he had someone compose it for him. So, personal song for her, personal ballet for her. Like that's smooth. That's not a lot of people are
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah. So can we step out of it real quick and aesthetically? Do you know why that scene is in color?
I don't know. I don't know.
Fuck.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was the
guess it's
only
just an
scene in the
artistic
entire
choice.
movie
Yeah.
that was in color. I thought maybe it was to see the color of the dancers'
The
dress.
dancers and just to make the scene pop more.
Yeah, but
Probably, I guess.
I mean, seeing the color versus not seeing the color, would that have really added more or less?
I do think it added to the scene.
Yeah,
Well,
a little, but is
of
it
course,
enough?
'cause it's the only
It's the
color.
only color it pops, but is it enough
Yeah.
that it really did? Like, if you didn't have the color, was the scene any less impactful? I guess.
Good question. I don't know. And then they had that transition. What was maybe it's just a nod to oh gosh, Wizard of Oz. Maybe it's just paying homage to that because it is led up to because remember because Wizard of Oz was in
Black and white, and
right?
then it goes to color when she gets to Oz. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
she didn't have to
maybe it
click
was
her
a nod.
heels. Okay.
Oh shit, that's exactly what the fuck it
Okay.
is.
Yeah. She
Like
clicked her
she's in
heels.
Oz
Yeah.
in this relationship with Jamie. It's a fucking metaphor. God
Yes.
damn, Spike Lee.
Look at
he's
that.
the man.
Look at
okay.
that.
All right. That makes sense. Because she clicks it, go, boom, it's all color and everything.
Yeah.
But it doesn't last, right? As that scene is over, we go right back to the black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's some good shit. That's some good shit.
If it's accurate and we
movie
didn't
gets
just
better.
make it up.
Hey, listen. In my head canon, it is. Like, I'm convinced that's what it is.
Yeah, no, it definitely
That
is.
makes sense.
She had to click her heels and say, "There's no place like home." And they're in color, and
Yeah.
everything's beautiful, and everything's
Yeah.
nice. And then, then you have to go back to, and you were there, and you were there, and you were there.
Yeah. And then she to continue along with the metaphor. Afterward, they bring her the cake, and she goes to make her wish, right? But that wish was maybe the wish. I would assume the wish was for her and Jamie to be together, to have a long, happy life. But the candle doesn't go out as a trick candle, so that wish never comes true.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's, god damn. All right, Spike Lee.
I'm glad no one's ever done a trick panel to me because that shit pissed me off. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Keep
I would be
blowing as
pissed
hard
off.
as you can, and it should just keep going on.
Also,
But
I'm spitting all over my cake now, just trying to get this candle out.
yeah.
This
Like,
is bad for you guys too.
it's bad. It's bad. I'm just gonna stare at it like this is dumb.
Yeah. No, that's yeah. I think that scene probably serves as like a thesis for the movie, kind of, you know,
Yeah.
or at least for her and Jamie's relationship, because it
Yeah.
is telling that whatever. Although, when I scrutinized the dance more the second time I watched it, um, his response to like throwing the fucking wine in her face,
Yeah.
the apology was like, "Here's a flower," and she's like, "Okay."
Yeah. I was like, that
I
was
mean,
because I couldn't tell
yeah.
like okay, because she I guess did something to him, and again I guess I think the
They
dance
were
was
playing.
showing. Yeah, they were playing, and it looked like but I couldn't tell if like he was like a play fall or if she pushed him and he fell.
I took it as she pushed him playfully and he fell and he got embarrassed.
Yeah.
So now his ego is bruised,
Yeah.
and then he childishly retaliates by throwing the drink in her
Yeah,
face. So
which
that's
is a
how
hell
I
of a
interpreted
reaction.
it.
But also like
Oh my God.
I think now that you're saying this and we're talking aloud, the dance that scene really does become a metaphor for the entire movie and the arc of their relationship. Of like
Yep.
she did something to him, even though she was very honest. Of like, hey, I'm dating other men, and he's like, well, you know, how can you do this? And then
Overreacts.
he overreacts by his part in it. What we would talk with like blatantly seems like a sexual assault to me, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And then he kind of apologizes, kind of not, and then everything's all good. But
And she's like, okay, cool, right? And that thing, right, is with the reaction, which we all agree is an overreaction, right?
yeah,
That could be something that when you look in like Black culture and stuff, like therapy is not really. So going back, Nola says that men are not like taught or like allowed to like taught to be their true selves and to deal with their feelings, right?
yeah,
She says that at the top of the movie, and then here you go, like, oh, we're playing, and then like you feel like she took it too far, or not even she took it too far. You got embarrassed. You didn't like, what happened, so you react a certain way. And like from speaking from personal experience, right? Like one of the things like I've had to work on in going to therapy was my reaction to things and changing my reactions to a response, right? And when some type of stimulus happens to me, is taking a beat, and using that brief space to actually respond and not react, right? And that happens plenty of times where something happens to you, because my whole thing was whatever you did to me, or I feel that you did to me, my reaction to it, what I thought was a response, but my reaction to it is justified, no matter how big, right? And it's like, whoa, like that's way too much. Like, you guys were playing around, and yeah, you fell down, but you just threw a whole fucking drink all over her. That's so fucked up.
yeah,
And he's like, oh shit, So, and then furthering along continuing along the same path, he apologized, which to us seems like an insignificant. Is not that apology does not match the level of his action, right? But
Yeah.
she, being a classic, typical Black woman, right? Because one of the things you hear Black women described as when you're trying to prop them up, you call them strong, right?
Yeah.
Which has become a double-edged sword throughout history, because it's like, all right, well, now y'all are expected to be strong and withstand a whole bunch of bullshit, because don't worry, girl, you're strong. It's like, what the fuck? Why do I have to be strong? Like, can I just be? Can like shit just not happen to me? And again, we're led to assume or believe that Jamie is one who oversaw the choreography of this. So of course he's gonna think that this makes sense, right? Oh, the playful pushing down, I threw the thing out of anger, but no, baby, I'm sorry. And of course she's gonna do the thing that a traditionally strong Black woman does,
Right.
which is
Forgive me.
I forgive you.
Yeah.
Very interesting stuff. Very
Yeah, no,
interesting.
hell yeah, it is. It definitely is. As we talk more about it, because, and that's the thing. Like, if this was like some, maybe they went to a show and this just happened to be the dance, and you're like, okay, maybe
Correct.
this is just like a coincidence. But no, he saw this, he paid for this,
greenlit
he
it.
agreed to it, he
Yeah.
greenlit, he saw it. So this was just his emotion. He didn't know how to say what he wanted to say. So he's like, well, I'm gonna surprise you with this thing, but actually it's just my feelings of like, hey, I feel like you're doing me wrong, but I don't know what to do about it. So I'm gonna throw a drink in your face because you're. And then he made the comment at some point, one day you're gonna wake up in your bed and I'm gonna be gone. I don't even think she blinked an eye at it. She was like, "Oh, okay," but
No.
he was like,
No. These guys keep staring her down and she doesn't fucking blink.
Yeah.
Like they don't understand. Like she's not gonna blink.
"Yeah,
And he did I think he doubled down with that comment later on
Yeah,
and
he
said
said
how
it
she's gonna
again.
regret this or
Yeah, yeah,
something. Yeah.
But she doesn't
yeah.
owe him like this emotional labor because he caught feelings. Like he knew what was going on. It wasn't like something he learned midway and he's like, I'm gonna stick it out. Like day one, she's like, yo, this is what I do. And he tried to like show like, hey, I'm a good guy and you shouldn't waste your time with all these other guys and blah blah blah.
I'm the right
guy for you.
man.
Yeah. And,
They were showing the beginnings of a budgeting toxic relationship. Right?
Yeah.
Even from her saying when he ended things, which was his right to end things. He's upset. He can't deal anymore. So he ended things, right?
Yeah.
So her calling him saying, hey, I need you. It's an emergency. That's toxic behavior.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Right? Because she knows the power she has over him.
Yes.
And she knows that she can call him in the middle of the night and he's going to get the fuck up from whoever he's with and come over.
I 100% was not coming over, I'm going to be honest. Especially if I had a girl next to me. Like, I wasn't coming. I'd be like, I'll see you tomorrow,
burn
maybe.
in the hand. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And the girl was like, listen, when you come back, I won't be here. He's like,
he did not give
left.
a fuck.
I was like, okay.
I'm out.
I wasn't leaving, I'll be honest. I don't care who that was.
Which was powerful too, that one line from her saying, because again, it shows a control, just the toxic space that was being created, right? So then he gets over there and there's no emergency, right? It's just like, I just want you, right? And he contributes to the toxic space and he fucking rapes her, right? So that whole scene is very interesting because when I watched it, I was like, oh, my immediate thing was like, oh fuck, he raped her. But then later on, she couched it by saying, you're near rape of me, right? Which I was like, oh, I guess it wasn't a rape. And it's like, no. So that part right there, that's 80s speak. That's 80s thinking. That's rape.
Yeah.
Right? And there's even, I saw a quote from Spike Lee. I think they were getting ready to do the show on Netflix where he said his only regret or his biggest regret from that movie was that scene.
Oh, okay.
He said he wished he had never included that. He should have never had the rape scene in there.
Okay.
And he's like, he's definitely won't do that in this TV show. And he said that was him just being immature and childish and not really understanding, the seriousness of it. So he does say if he could redo that part would be out of taking out.
Because it really just kind of takes away from the like where the movie is going and all the lessons. Like it just becomes like what is happening at this point. Like it's a lot of lesson learned and a lot of like, oh, okay, this is how things can look, and it you could really look at it and then it just completely just takes away her power. Like in that 10 seconds. Yeah. It's just like, oh.
Yep. And and the movie worked very hard to keep her empowered the entire time.
Yeah.
And then for it to be taken away there. And I guess, and her saying you're near rape of me is not empowering. What that's doing, unintentionally, admittedly, right? But what that's doing is it's normalizing rape. Because rape comes in all kinds of different forms. And sometimes you have victims or people who don't understand that they were raped. And that scene doesn't help clear things up. Her making that comment doesn't clear things up. It normalizes it and makes it okay.
Yeah.
Right? So that is definitely the one clear problem with the movie. And also, too, from a character perspective, because I do feel like with her coming to terms with like, yo, Greer, you're not it. Mars, you're not it. Those characters didn't devolve into like monsters. They were who they were, and she just realized we're not it for each other.
Right.
Jamie was the only one that had a arc where he fucking descended into a dark place and became destructive. And And then she used that to be like, oh, he's mad at me. I need to make things right so that we can be together.
Right.
It does kind of muddy the message a little bit.
Yeah.
Although
Unfortunately,
they fix it at the end.
Yeah.
They fix it at the end where it's not like she and Jamie ended up together, because that would have fucking, I think, ruined the whole movie if that was the case. You know.
Pretty bad Spike, but otherwise, nice attempt. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about before we wrap things up real quick is that Thanksgiving scene.
Please. Yes. Yes.
I don't think I was watching this movie and I was like, even like I'm pretty ballsy when I want to be, right? I don't think any part of me could invite 3 different women, people, whatever, that I'm sleeping with to have a Thanksgiving dinner with me, and they all show up and
you expect them to be okay,
and they're all
it.
okay about it, and we're just gonna have a lovely. She was mad. She was like, "I just wanted a lovely Thanksgiving." I was like, "What the fuck? What do you think was gonna happen with these 3 men here, all competing for your attention, your time, your love, your affection, your body?" Like, they all know about each other, but it's a totally different story when that person is in your face and you're sharing a meal, breaking bread with this person. Like, I guess she thought they were just gonna, like, talk sports and, like, worship her. Like, I didn't understand this scene, except to show she has a hell of a lot of power, which, okay.
Yeah.
But other than that, I didn't get it. I didn't get this. What did you pick up from it?
Man, that thing, her being like, hey guys, like, you guys are Eskimo bros now. Like,
right.
That's not cool, man.
Yeah.
And I guess it does show, like you said, the power, but it also, power is not good to just have, right? And like how you wield it, how you use it, right? So this is where I think where we start to see some cracks in Nola's personality, right? In who she is, her character, right? Because up until then, like, the whole time you're like, okay, cool, like wow, she's really having sex and relationships with these, not just sex, but relationships with these 3 different guys. But it's like, why is that not okay? It's fine. She's being honest, she's been open with it. But there's one thing with being honest, another being insensitive.
Yeah.
And her inviting those 3 guys there, expecting them to play nice, and then getting mad at them when they started to fight. Like, come on, Nola, like, you're being shitty. So, like, so that's the broad thing of it, right? Being more, I guess, specific about what happens. It is very interesting. You see the 3 men, and you can see their strengths and weaknesses, right? Mars is the less educated of the 3, right? But he's the better talker, right? He's the one he's talking the most, is what I picked up. And he's the one that's interacting with her the most. He's making her laugh. He's saying funny shit. And even when he's being, like, petty towards the others.
Yeah, especially Greer. He really didn't like Greer.
Yeah, he did not like Greer at all. I mean, Greer is super fucking unlikable.
I'm just, honest. But damn, that was just blatant.
But even when...
Yeah.
But he was still being playful, like, 2 guys fucking around with each other, right? Jamie did not do a whole lot of speaking.
He didn't say shit, barely.
No, he didn't.
He just kind of let them
He was very reactive. He was responding to other people.
Yeah.
Right? He was responding to Mars's jokes, or he was responding to the situation, but he didn't come in. He was not really able to take charge. Even when at the end, when he was like, all right, guys, this is what we're going to do. And Mars was like, fuck that.
Right.
I'm going to wash my 1 plate, my 1 fork, my 1 knife, and that's it.
Right.
He's like, all right, cool. And then Greer, on the other hand, he was his normal self, just like being destructive. When he talks, he's talking down to her, questioning her decisions. He's disrespecting the other guys and being rude and all that stuff with them. So it was just interesting seeing the 3 of them and the dynamic. What I could not understand for the life of me is how after Greer stormed off from fucking dinner, they end up playing Scrabble. What is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have been so mad. That Gunna, my boy said, Gunna's not a word. He's like, and then Nola said, he's like, see, told you.
I'm gonna kick your ass. Yeah.
He was mad about that Gunna. He was like, okay.
Hey,
I don't know how
think...
she must have like, come on guys, and they were like, fine. Not only that, but then they all end up like in her bedroom.
This last scene,
yeah,
amazing stuff.
Jamie and Nola are cuddling on the bed. Greer is like on the like little like
off to the side,
a little chair. Like Mars is like curled up like a cat on the end of the bed.
Yes. Dude, listen to me. That visual alone speaks fucking volumes.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
Because regardless of how Nola conducts herself or how she treats all of them, it is clear that Jamie is the one that she. We're gonna say love. The love is the word, but he's the one that she has the most affection for. He's the one that she can, if she felt like she was gonna settle down and do the whole husband and wife thing.
Yeah,
he's
monogamy thing. Yeah,
it's clear she values that relationship a little bit more than the rest. Right. It's clear that so she values that one the most. So who's in the bed with her? Jamie.
Yeah,
they're all cuddled up. Mars, on the other hand, he's the playful one, right? He's the one that you have fun with. You want to have a good time. You want to have a laugh. You're feeling sad. Mars is going to make you feel better. But it's so superficial. And it's like a pet.
Right.
And where is he? At the foot of the bed, Right. And I was, it's like, hey, get off the couch, talking to your dog or whatever. Like he's on the foot of the bed where your pet would be. Going over to Greer now, who is purely physical, man. Like even when he invited her and said, "Hey, like, can we? I have a business deal in the Caribbean. 2 weeks, come with me." She's like, "Dog, the thought of spending 2 weeks alone with you, like, I can't fucking."
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how you hear that. And I was like, cool. Well, anyway, like I'll be like, bro, okay, well, I guess this is over. Like you can't stand 2 weeks with me.
Yeah. So he's the one that's so distant. There's no connection there. He's sitting off in the chair. Like, listen, I missed it the first time. My second watch, I had the screen paused and I saw that scene. I'm like, dude, Spike Lee is saying some fucking things with the fucking visuals and imagery here.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, it was great.
It was really amazing. As crazy and unrealistic as that fucking Thanksgiving scene is, he was able to communicate a lot. He used the scene very well.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah. The bed scene, the overhead of the bed scene definitely was like, okay, it's very obvious. I mean, it was obvious already, but okay, now you know. And then Greer was the first to like, okay, what the fuck? Like, what am I doing? And he was out, which makes sense because he's very physical. He does. I mean, I think he likes the thought of her. I don't think he actually loves her or likes her, but he likes the thought of her.
Absolutely not.
So
she's a possession to him.
Yeah, possession. So he's like, well, I can't have her, so I'm out. And eventually,
fuck this.
And then it's very similar to the pet and cat thing.
Yep.
Mars like kind of pokes at her foot a couple times, and she doesn't move.
Yep.
She doesn't. He's like, well, I guess I'll leave then. So he throws on his.
We can't
jacket.
play. There's no playtime. It's not playtime, right? So it's time to go.
Throws on his jacket. He leaves, and then you have Jamie and Nola left. So yeah, I think it was shot very well there.
We skipped around the therapy scene. I do think that's important to talk about as well.
Okay, go for it.
So that was the one time we saw Greer able to get inside of Nola's head, where he's like, "There's something wrong with you." And he's like, "I'm not saying you're a nymph or a slut, but I think you're addicted to sex."
And
the fact that she even took that on, maybe she had some insecurities about it, or she had to have had some insecurities, and she's probably thought about that to herself. Like, I mean, she is a young, attractive black woman in the 80s. Ain't no way it's okay, culturally, socially, for her to be having sex with all these dudes and having such an open like lifestyle. She's gonna. You can imagine she's hearing people talk about it. Her parents, her dad did talk about her not being able to stick to one thing. So I'm sure she's getting it a lot. We saw with her roommate, where they stopped being friends. Well, they stopped being roommates. But their friendship suffered because of her openness and just, people are not going to find that shit accepting. So then this guy he gets in her head and it's like, there's something wrong, and she's like, well, shit, maybe. And she goes to his therapist, and they talk about it, and they talk about it, and they talk about it. And the movie did an amazing thing, which was that therapist said, "There's
You're
nothing wrong,
fine.
Nola.
You're fine.
Yeah, you're good.
You're
you have a
good."
healthy sex life, you know." And she did say to Nola, though, if you want to dive deeper and discuss this thing that is called love and what that means, we can have that discussion.
But the first thing Greer says as soon as she tells him is, what does that woman doctor know? I'm like, as he's pumping iron or whatever. I'm like, okay.
Fucking asshole. Fucking ass. All right.
That's why the Knicks won't
Let's
win
score
this
it.
year.
All right. Let's score it.
All right,
Plot
let's
and
score it.
writing. What do you have?
For plot and writing, I got a 7.
Okay.
What do you have?
What kept yours from being higher?
Then a
I wonder
7?
if mine's is too high. Yeah.
Oh shit. For plot and writing, here we go. I had a 7. I think I just didn't change it. I think it got better as we spoke about it, especially with the Wizard of Oz miss that I had in the beginning, and we kind of talked about it. So I thought it was good. I just didn't. Not a lot of words were. I mean, the plot was there, which was a nice plot and something that you wouldn't see normally, but there wasn't a lot of like dialogue. Even though there was a lot of dialogue.
Because I have a 9.
That's fair. I think that's fine. No. I think a 9 is fine. I'm probably underscoring a little, but I'm gonna stick with my 7.
My thing with the 9 is there are some clunky dialogue moments, definitely.
Yeah.
It's such a such an original plot, you know, and script, you know, and I think I'm giving a lot of credit for that, and it makes sense for the most part. I mean, we just said the Thanksgiving thing didn't make sense, but I could follow the story from A to B.
Yeah.
And then the extra layers that was the subtext that was in there. So I bumped it up for that. I am nervous because that is clearly the highest I've scored any plot.
Yeah, I'm surprised you said 9. Like even
so. That's why I'm wondering if I should put it down to an 8.
I mean, listen, man. If you felt it, you felt it. Yeah. You've justified it. I'm good with it.
So I scored everything just now because I hadn't scored it beforehand. So I after we discussed, this is what I'm feeling. So maybe I'm a little high, but we'll see. All right, let's keep going then. Acting and casting. What did you go there?
Yeah, so I also got that 7 as well.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a 7 too. Did you know that Nola is Uniqua from New Jack City? Yeah, that's her. Uniqua, the one who was with G Money, but then she didn't. Yeah. That's her. That's her. So she didn't go on to have some
illustrious.
I was watching some Spike Lee interviews.
Yeah.
Because we actually didn't talk a lot about Spike Lee, but
as a director,
I was watching some. Yeah. But I listened to some of his interviews, and he did talk about she had sent in a headshot. I said she. Let me give you her name. Tracy Camilla Johns. Tracy Camilla Johns. She sent in a headshot. He liked her, and when he checked her out, like she was good. And he just kind of said, he didn't spend a lot of time on it, but he did talk about it. He felt like she didn't really take her acting career as seriously as she could have or should have, which is why she didn't go on to have some long career. She did show up, I think, in about 4. She did about 5 movies total, I think.
Including New Jack City.
Including New Jack City, yeah. But I think like her last acting credit was in like 96 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. Production, cinematography, and visuals.
That's a solid 10.
10. Okay. I gave it a 9.
Okay.
But it was beautiful. The pictures were taken by his brother. David Lee is his brother. He did the still photography for the movie. Oh, Ernest Dickerson.
He's the cinematographer. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the director of photography. Yeah. That's what I was like. Isn't it Ernest something? Yeah. But I guess the actual stills was okay.
I was talking about the still photo because remember when he was it would cycle through these photos of Brooklyn. Yeah. That was his brother.
Okay. Different story. Okay, gotcha.
And a fun fact, Clorinda Bradford, the roommate who's playing the bass, that's his sister. Joa Lee is her name.
Yeah, he had his
So,
whole family in there,
yeah.
and they're all musicians.
He
It definitely
he
tied
had
to
save money.
how he got so involved with like music and art, and the black story in those different realms. So.
Absolutely. Okay, so you give that 10, I give it a 9. For music and sound, what do you got for that?
I give it a 9.
Okay, I give that one a 10.
Oh shit, flip flopping.
Yeah.
I mean, great jazz, great pieces. Then
Oh, my
even the
God.
original song from Nola. I mean,
The whole thing is original. So
Yeah.
Bill Lee did that.
Yeah, Bill Lee is his dad.
Is Spike
Yeah.
Lee's dad,
Yeah.
who was Nola's dad in the movie. He was
Yeah.
also cast in the movie. And then cultural impact, what you got?
10.
10. Same. 10.
This one's pretty high.
Yeah. This is our highest ranked movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These indie movies are like
I was just
killing
gonna
it.
say the last couple movies we're done, these are easily the highest movies. Well, is that it? Any more thoughts on She's Gotta Have It?
No, excellent movie, excellent debut, hell of a swing, and it obviously paid off. So yeah.
Yes, it did. Well, then that will do it for our real talk and banter on the Spike Lee debut film, She's Gotta Have It. Thanks for listening today. To connect with us, to give us some feedback, or just to say hello, email us at realtalkbanter@gmail.com. That's REEL banter@gmail.com. Thank you all. See y'all next time.
See us.
Oh, those are reserves. Goodbye. I'm always waiting for you to like do some like over the top thing or All right. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, that's right. No. I want consistency.